Fight fans, talk about Carl Frizz MMA here. Fusion X-cel with Mr. Show Up, Show Out. He is Sedric Louissaint, hacker by day, professional mixed martial artist by night. Sounds like a superhero, my friend. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. And yourself? Just enjoying the couple of days after Thanksgiving, trying to work this weight off.
No, doing great. Can't complain. Happy to be here. Amazing gym. Obviously, a bunch of killers. I mean, you look at it: Mike Davis, Lucas Alexander, Mike Perry, Alex Nicholson. We go on and on with this. A lot of guys who've done the thing, fought for huge promotions, including the UFC. How did you find your way here to Fusion?
Well, just seeing what was out combat night really with my other team, Dark Wolf, and I just seen the camaraderie. I seen what Julian had. We're here, and I felt the need to check it out. And honestly, it's really shout out to Matt Ferriola because he's the first one to really invite me over here, as well as when I reached out to Julian, who was with open arms.
You've had some great fights in your career. One of them, first time I met you, was Orlando a few years ago. You fought Icon. Great victory alongside Christian Losen. How special was that victory and that performance for you?
Oh, that's a night, man. I'll never forget in my life, man. I'm not trying to make that like the highlight of my career, but that's just a night that I'll never forget in my life. I worked real hard. I was the B side of that match, and I worked real hard to prove and showcase that I'm here to stay.
Since then you've been doing some combat night. How do you feel like your career's progressing here?
Well, feel like my career is progressing. Unfortunately, in my last two bouts, I didn't get I didn't get the decision, but it's just the little things that I got to tighten up on. Lessons learned, but I still feel like I'm growing as a martial artist every day. I'm maturing, working on my physical strength, my mental, and spiritual. Um, but all in all, I feel like I'm still progressing and still make moving the needle towards the dream.
So many people watch MMA in this day and age, and I think you have all these casual fans that look at the big names, the Joneses and the O'Malleys and the Adesanyas, and they go, "Wow, it must be amazing to be a professional fighter." Little do they know, man, battling it out on the regional scene is like something no one has ever experienced, and they shouldn't. You're not making millions of dollars fighting on the regional scene. You have the 9 to 5 job. You have kids. You have a family. You have to pay to train here. You have to deal with a bunch of killers who want it bad as you. Are you crazy? Why are you doing that?
Man, honestly, it's because I've always loved fighting. It's just something I grew to love because when I was little in middle school, I used to be scared to fight. Like my brothers used to have to fight my battles for me, and then one day, I had to step up and fight for myself, and it's just something that I always felt that I get outside my comfort zone and face my fears. Now I'm able to comfortably get in there and duke it out with somebody else, and it's just be able to put that art on display when everything comes together. It's beautiful.
You're a guy that is already thinking of the future beyond fighting. Obviously, you have multiple businesses. This is kind of what you do as a hobby right now. Is it important for any young mixed martial artist to think of a life outside of fighting?
I believe so. Some people will have a difference of opinion where they feel like it has to be all or nothing. You have to be all in, and I beg to differ. Is that you can be all in and still start thinking about the future and start figuring out how you're going to build your brand and translate that into longevity, into continuity, into some way, shape, or form. Because fighting, you only have a finite amount of time.
For you, what's the ultimate goal? What do you accomplish with MMA stuff?
Man, my ultimate goal is I'm chasing the gold, man. I'm chasing the gold. I want to be a UFC world champion. I want to continue to prove to myself that I could be the best in the world, and then eventually just give back. Really, I want to get into coaching and when I get older and in retirement, just being able to give back to the younger kids, just like how these guys have given back to me.
All right, last question. We're almost done here. 2024, 25 is right around the corner. What are the goals for 2025, my friend?
And the goals is to fight at least 3 to 4 times. I only fought 2 times this past year. Had to take almost a year off. I'm ready to get back in there. I'm continuing to work hard. Just hopefully in combat night can get me matched up and hopefully pop up in Tallahassee late January or February. But that's when the fans can expect to see me.
Well, Cedric, my friend, it was a pleasure to see you again. That is Cedric Louissaint. I'm Carl Peruzza. Stick around, fight fans.